Hi, and welcome to today's live. I'm so excited to have you all here for today's conversation with Deepika Sandhu. Today, we'll be talking about, do we actually operate from a place of scarcity or abundance? How can we actually be and feel successful? Whether you feel successful right now, it all comes down to mindset. And today's guest is the incredible Deepika Sandhu. She is a Silicon Valley businesswoman, inspirational speaker, author of Hello Universe, It's Me, and a mom to a sassy 8-year-old girl. And of course, Deepika is also a speaker, VIP speaker at the Women Thrive Summit. And I know you have a wonderful talk coming up. So I'm excited to have this conversation with you today and let our audience get to know a little bit more about you. Hi, Deepika. How are you?
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
It's so good to see you. I'm excited to get to know you, for our audience to get to know you, and also talk about the mindset because a lot of the times we get stuck in this mindset of scarcity. And I know your story is really inspirational of how you've been able to break through to living your best life. So tell us a little bit more about yourself, who you are.
Well, you said it so wonderfully. I am all sorts of different things in my day-to-day life, like so many other women out there are. But really, at the end of it, I'm someone who thought for so long that my own story didn't matter. I thought for so long that I had to live in these constraints that I actually self-created for myself. And now what I am able to do is break through all of that and transform to a place where I'm truly living this life, this incredible life that has less of those constraints. They're not all completely gone, but less of those constraints, less of those limiting beliefs at the forefront, and really living my life from this place. And what I do now is I help other hardworking, busy professionals see that they can do it too, that they can move from the overwhelm, the exhaustion, and the frustration towards a life that is more aligned, more balanced, and more joyful. And you don't have to go flying off around the world to find yourself and figure it out like Julia Roberts and Eat, Pray, Love. You can find yourself right there in your own home, in your everyday life. And that is the transformation that I help my clients and the people who read my books realize for themselves.
I know, especially these days, when the situation might be feel a little bit heavy on our hearts right now with what's going on in the world in Ukraine, and sometimes we could feel so helpless, even on the outside. People could be looking in and saying, "Well, she lives this perfect life. I mean, what does she have to complain about?" And really, on a grand scheme of things, we have it really good.
Mhm.
But sometimes we just don't feel happy.
Yes.
Something just doesn't feel aligned. What do we do? And I know this has been part of your story that you built this perfect life, but something
Yes.
just felt off.
I did everything right in my life. This is what I always say, right? I got good grades in school. I did good in college. I had good jobs. I got married. I had a kid. I had the house. I had the cars. I had the vacations. I had the stuff. I did everything that social media tells you to do, our parents tell us to do, teachers, everybody. I did what I thought every other working mama out there was doing and that I needed to do too to have a happy and successful life. And yes, absolutely, Raimonda, looking from the outside in, my life was fantastic. But I
Mm.
had this feeling inside, those intuitive nudges, this sensation that all this stuff I was accumulating, all this frenetic pace by which I was living, all this proving on social media that my life was fabulous too, that this was not the way life was supposed to go. This was not the path. This was not enough because none of that stuff that I was filling up my time and my life with, none of that was making me happy. If I did everything right, why did everything feel so wrong? And I just would sit with this feeling and not know why I was so unhappy. Was I ungrateful that I
Mhm.
had all these things? Was I not appreciating what I have? No, no, that wasn't it. What was it is that I knew for my life the things that I was doing and the way I was doing it, it wasn't what mattered because I
Mm.
wasn't really living a life that honored myself and honored the way that I wanted to really be and allowed me to be the truest, most authentic version of me. So it is so normal, especially right now with everything happening around the globe, to be like, oh, don't complain about your own life, or we have so much to be grateful for. You do, you absolutely do. But you are still allowed to want more for yourself.
Yeah.
Wanting more for yourself is not wrong, ever, right?
And really, as I say, honoring what you want, honoring
Mhm.
what feels good on the inside, because on the outside we can build this fantastic, beautiful, perfect life that looks on paper, it's like choosing a guy on paper. He ticks all the boxes. He sounds like a
Yes.
perfect man, but really it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
If it doesn't feel right, then okay, then we got to do something about it, because it's the feeling inside. So let's talk a little bit more about the mindset of scarcity or abundance.
Yes. So I feel like I spent most of my life living in a scarcity mindset and I didn't even know it because I kept operating from this place that I didn't have enough and I had to get something more. And if I got that next thing, that next promotion, that next job, that next fancy purse, that next house, whatever it was, that then I would feel happy, that then I would be accomplished, that then I would have achieved something. But guess what? That was just a scarcity mindset. That was me operating from lack, believing that I didn't have enough to begin with, or that I needed more and more and more to actually become happy or to feel good about myself. Versus an abundance mindset, where in an abundance mindset, you can still want more things for yourself. You absolutely should, but you're approaching that more that you want in your life from a place of knowing that you are already enough. You are already worthy of everything that is coming into your life and how it is coming into your life, right? You don't need more things to prove your worth. You don't need more things to prove that you're enough. You are now operating from a place of recognizing that there is so much on offer in this world and that you can access it all, but you access it all from this place where you actually feel like you are already enough.
Wow.
And we see it playing out on a global scale too right now, right? Look at what's happening in Ukraine. Putin is operating from a scarcity mindset, right? Here is a superpower, Russia, an abundance of resources, an abundance of money, an abundance of power, right? He has everything anybody could want and probably 10 of them, right? And even more than we can imagine.
Yeah.
Yet his desire to go into Ukraine is a what? A scarcity mindset. He felt he was lacking something, that he had to fight for something, grab something, get more of something, right? Even though he is right now has more than enough of everything that he could ever want. And
Yeah.
this operating from this place of lack is like, you know, putting the world in complete and total turmoil. But it happens in our own lives too, right? Where do you operate from a place of lack versus from a place of abundance?
It's so powerful. It really is, because it comes from different places of social
Mhm.
conditioning, of our traumas, of, just different things, that it comes down to that self-worth. And I like how you say, I needed to achieve more in order to feel enough, in order to feel like I am enough, I am accomplishing, I'm doing more, and all of these titles,
Yeah,
successes, and so many people
yeah.
chase these things. Titles, degrees, education, courses, money, status, titles, you name it. And while chasing all of that is okay, I feel like that still, as you said, did not make you happy. You tried that route by trial and error. You went
Mhm.
all the way that you can go, and you still realize that, you know what? Happiness isn't that. It's not that. And so how did you recognize, and how have you healed? Have you been able to really heal that part of yourself of knowing that you're enough?
I decided to pick me. I decided that I did matter, and I decided that I was worthy of wanting to feel a certain way in my life. And I think up until that point, I did not feel that way. I didn't think that I really mattered. I thought maybe I just needed to live within these cultural constraints, within these limiting beliefs, within all of that social conditioning, because that's what was expected of me. But I realized that I did matter, and how I wanted to live this life actually did matter, right? And creating that space to be like, no, 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 we're going to now look at this through the idea that you can feel in your life the way you want to feel. And I think tuning into that feeling of having this life, being in this space where I could truly be me, what felt like authentically, truly in my bones me, not just what other people wanted to see of me. That
Mhm.
was the huge shift, right? That was the big thing for me.
Wow, just putting yourself first. I think sometimes
Yeah.
you have to recognize it, and I had similar realizations. Like after you have gone the full length of everything, like in your case, building a successful life and career, and still recognizing that something isn't making you happy. I think we have to go through that journey to some extent to recognize and to start to say, you know what, enough is enough. I accept me, because it's that inner acceptance that has to happen in order for you to say, no matter what, I don't need to attach my self-worth to money, education, status, or acceptance from anybody else. Because if you accept yourself first and foremost, then you will be okay. You will be able to move through life. So, what happens when people move into abundance mindset?
When you move into abundance mindset, you realize that you are enough. You are worthy of everything that is coming into your life. And you approach it all from a place of not accepting your lot in life, not quite that, but approaching it from this place of understanding that so much more is possible for you. So when you live in abundance, you live in knowing that more can come to you, more will come to you. And you
Mhm.
do this by really falling into feeling super grateful for what life does look like right now for you. Even the parts that you may not like so much, they probably have some element that you can tie yourself to and say, you know what? I do actually feel grateful for that bad experience. I do actually feel grateful for that door that did close for me because it opened up and it made me shift over and look at something else. When you live from abundance, more stuff comes to you than you could ever imagine. Why? Because you're not trying to control it. You're not trying to fight for it. You're not trying to pull it, somehow tug of war it towards you. You are actually in a space where it is going to come towards you because you've shifted your mindset to believe in the abundance already surrounding you, even if it is not exactly there in your reality in this exact moment. It will be. It absolutely will be.
Oh my goodness, I love it. This has been such a powerful conversation. If anyone has had the opportunity to listen or watching this on replay, I want you to leave a comment below for Deepika. Let us know, how did it feel? Did you actually have a shift listening to our conversation today? Now, Deepika, I know you are a speaker at the Women Thrive Summit. What will you be sharing during the event?
I will be speaking about how you can schedule your own breakdown and shift into the most incredible breakthroughs of your life. In my book, Hello Universe, It's Me, I share my own journey of moving through from a place of lack to a place of abundance, but
Mhm.
really how I realized I needed to schedule a breakdown. I needed to stop living this life that was not serving me. And I gave myself permission to manifest and dream about and believe in a different life. And all of you out there, you can do it too. I will be sharing my signature approach for how I went from breakdown to breakthrough and how all of you can do it one tiny shift at a time, right in your own homes, right in your real life. No trying to go somewhere and do something and find a shaman and find a guru and no crazy woo woo. Just really doing some incredible, powerful shifts right there in your everyday lives.
Beautiful. I can't wait. Or if you have not saved your seat for the Women Thrive Summit, go over to womenthrivesummit.com, register your tickets for this upcoming event. This March 21st to the 26th, we have 30 plus amazing women delivering their special talks for this virtual event. We have some talks that is going to transform your life, impact you in a big way, shift your perspective, and lead you to success and abundance in life. So do make sure you register at womenthrivesummit.com and also invite some of your friends to join. We just actually released some free tickets. So if anyone is unable to actually afford the price tag of the ticket right now, you can still save your spot and be there. Join our talks, join our panels, and be part of the conversation, because I know your life is going to be transformed. Deepika, such a pleasure to talk to you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raimonda.
I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Make sure you hit like button, share this video, and we look forward to seeing you on another video. Take care for now. Bye.